Welcome back, traders, to another recorded trading session from today with Price Action Pros. My name's Jason G. Just want to show you what I've been doing today. Not a great deal, but I wanted to recap the couple of trades that I took today. I've been off from the markets for since Wednesday last week when I got tonsillitis. So I've been in pretty bad shape for the last few days and over the weekend, so just sweating it out in my sack, in my pit. Yeah, pretty awful, but much better now. Decided to get back involved with the markets today, and I entered quite late into the trading day. So let me just show you when I arrived. I think I got home. I sort of loaded up my charts around this time here. So, and I noticed this setup almost immediately in this area here, and I was trying to get this fill here. But with these market conditions, you need to be extremely quick with your entries. If you're looking for precise entries like that, yeah, you know, in a heartbeat, it's gone, and there's no second chance. So I'll tell you why I was interested in that trade, which I didn't get in the first place. So we have the three time frames here. You have the 610 on the left hand side, my entry exit chart. It's also equivalent to a 1 minute basically. And in the middle you have the 1597, which is equivalent to a 5 minute. That's my trading time frame chart, so my overview really. And the highest time frame I'm using at the moment is a 4181, which gives me an overview, a higher overview, bird's eye view of what's going on. And there's also an even higher time frame than that if you need it. We also have the daily as well, which we were looking at. So just looking at the trading time frame, you can see that this blue line here is a sort of supporting trend line to the upside, where you've had some respect. Okay, and sort of run, retrace, and then we start to get this area I'm talking about here. My time is 1901. Right here is London time, so it's the late afternoon session for Eastern time, which is late evening for me, early evening rather, 7 p.m. Yeah, on the trading time frame, that lines up with this area here. Yes, just here. Missed the entry. It was just in a heartbeat. I wanted to get in at this point here. I saw this double top here and strong pop down, and I saw this retracement divergence. So as you can see, the MACDs were leading lower, but price was at equal height there. So this is showing me that move up is weaker than it looks. In terms of the price bars look strong, might scare you out of a short. MACDs are telling you it's not that strong at all. It's a weak move up. So I'm still not just going to jump into it, but once I find the exact tick here, so I think once I saw it move one strong bar or one strong BB away, that was that point there to enter. And I tried to get in, but price was off without me. So then you have the strong move down here, and what you can see now is basically a grindy sort of weak retracement. This move up is a lot weaker than this move down. You can see that in the MACDs, even with the difference, you know, with how they look. So price pulled back, found some respect underneath the EMA here, and then there's a second opportunity which I didn't take. It's a bit late into the move for me. I mean, I guess I could have got involved. I just wasn't comfortable with the volatility of the price in this area here. I just wasn't comfortable with not getting stopped out instantly, so just wanted to see price move a little bit more without me, and it carried on. You can see we broke through the supporting trend line at that area there. Here, so we broke through that supporting area here, and then the pullback you see here is basically the same on this time frame. It's this pullback here, so we just pulled back to the underside of this trend line here, so that looks good for a short continuation down from this point here. I probably wasn't paying enough attention to that, to be honest with you, because it looks a lot better now in hindsight, you know, but it was marked out on the chart. I guess once a trend runs off like that, usually because I'm always trying to be in them so early as possible, I kind of lose interest in the trend that's to me at least, you know, well into its trend. So but you did have the EMAs crossing over, see the red crossing over the blue one there. You did have the break through the trend area, and then you start to get the spacing between the EMAs, which is signaling strength the downside. You even start to get the rollover of the EMAs here. You can see we're looking good to continue down. That's the same area we're in here now. Once that move continued, this is definitely too late for me. I'm now looking at where this price can get to, where the buyers will be interested in stepping in, where traders will be trapped, and where stops might be, to figure out where I want to get involved. So it's quite easy to mark out this area here. You can see we've had these previous support area. Okay, so we've had some hits here around 27.20 again. This is where buyers stepped in last time around, this area again. So it's definitely a significant area to pay attention to. So we hit that area, and I'm paying attention to see if this is the point where we could get a turnaround, if that's the end of the trend to the downside, and if I can get an early trend trade or an early counter trend trade to the upside. So I'm looking for the entry, see if it's going to set up, and I'll show you where I got in just there. That's my total for today. So I've got the idea, the plan in my head, waiting for price to confirm or not, whether it's going to work out or whether I should take that trade. It was a high risk trade, being a counter trend trade against a lot of strength to the downside. We got the strong pop up here on the MACDs, and then pull back here, created that, and as you can see that lines up with this here. Okay, that move, and there's your retracement divergence. So the MACDs are leading higher than the price there. We got that solid pivot to the upside, closing high. Another strong bar to the upside here. Got a reversal pivot here, and you can see the slow down. Some of these arrows clear it up a bit. You can see the slowdown on the MACDs here, on the BBs, and then you start to get the space with strength to the upside, and that was my entry signal right here. Okay, being that it's an aggressive trade, because it is definitely an aggressive trade to the upside, I'm going against a very strong trend, but I am entering in a significant buy area. I like to get into these trades early to the counter trend, but high risk means high risk management. So I have to, you know, once a trade that actually pulled away from me instantly, about 2 points, and so the moment it moved 2 points, or these volatility, these conditions that we have at the moment, I zeroed in my risk and got stopped out with a break even. Not the end of the world. It's a bit of a shame, but it was basically too early. I'm always keeping in mind, especially with these obvious support areas, that there's a lot of stops hiding behind here. You understand metadata and the concept of trap traders and where the stops are and where the market wants to get to in order to close out those stops. Quite often you'll see all those stops hit and then the market turn around, head back up, because pros are not buying in these areas here. They're buying in the areas where everybody's getting washed out. Support can hold, as you see. It has happened before, previously in this area. Here, and then you had it retest there. You know, you do get support holding, but more often than not, stops will get washed out first and then they'll go back up. So I'm going to let it run, see how far it wants to go. Everything's telling me it's going lower anyway, so we keep going. So we run deeper, washed out all these stops. Then I'm still paying attention to it. Okay, so now price pops back up. We get these really strong bars to the upside here. 1, 2, and I'm looking at the same sort of belly effect we're starting to get over here now. So like it's starting to round off a little bit. It's looking a bit strange, this spacing here. So to me, price often wants to pull back in, which is exactly what it did. So looking for the entry, and it has to be very precise with only 1.25 stop. That's why I need to, it's especially important in these market conditions that I get into these trades as early as possible, which gives me a lot more risk reward ratio. Not only risk reward ratio, but a lot less risk, because the earlier into the move, the better for you. The less chance of it pulling back down to where you entered. So that one didn't work out, but no loss, break even. We tried again here. So we saw the strong pop up on the BBs here. On the MACDs, you can see that we're kind of leading a little higher from the previous pivot. Okay, divergence. Okay, then we saw the strength, so I've already spotted that it's weakening already here, and it's not, could break through, it could still break divergence, but let's just see on a micro level if it does or not. So it pops up here. That first pullback was so quick, there wasn't a possibility of an entry, although I was interested in it. But the moment I saw that BB there with a weak retracement, I liked that for an entry, but it was gone straight away. So I'm standing by looking for the second chance, and then we got it again. We got a stronger move up here. We're up to the 0 line, and this was super weak, the pullback. Very, very weak. Divergence, retracement divergence there. It was quicker this time to get the entry, and it was a very good entry. So we got the entry. Again, I'm managing it just as aggressively as the other trade because it is counter trend, and I'm not aiming for, even my expectations are all along that we are going to get to at least the red EMA here, which is the 1597 mid band, or even possible all the way through to the next highest mid band EMA. I'm still being realistic with my my profit target, and 4 points is good enough. Incidentally, I'm only trading one contract today because I've been away from the markets for three days, and I've just come back from quite a bit of sickness, so probably not going to be in the best shape. Better to be conservative. Okay, so yeah, got that entry there. Took it at the first area where I thought we might get a pop back down. 4 points, good enough for me. One trade and done. One good trade. It's one break even and one winning trade. $200. yeah, just pretty much just sat on the sidelines for the rest of it. We did get the move up to within the EMAs here, which we see time and time again, and that was pretty much it. Wasn't interested in anything else, so that's how we like it. One good trade, $200. Alright, so just a quick review on that, a little bit of information to tell you, to help you understand how I made that decision to take that quite risky long. I also knew, you know, if it did fail, there would be definitely another opportunity coming along very shortly. So it's not like you have to wait more than sort of 15 minutes in these market conditions to get opportunities. So these are the times to be taking the more aggressive trades in these market conditions for me. There you have it. So thanks for watching the video. I hope you've enjoyed it, learned something, and if you have, give us a like, subscribe, and watch out for the next videos that are coming out soon. Got some educational videos coming out soon, some interesting content hopefully. If there's anything you would like to learn or understand more of, you can start a conversation on the channel there. Just drop a comment in there, or you can send me an email if you would like to suggest some video content that will help you in any way. I'm more than happy to do that for you. So send an email to priceactionpros@gmail.com, or drop it in the channel comment section, and I'll be happy to oblige if enough people are interested in the topic and it is a good topic, or I might just reply to you and give you some one-on-one advice. Alright guys, thank you very much, and I'll see you hopefully tomorrow, if not very soon. Take care.